Good evening. Hope you're all well. How'd you like the mug? Complete with a picture of Charles Hawtrey. It's raining fair here, blowing an absolute gale. Batten down the hatches. Batten down the hatches. Oh, 'tis raining, my lord. 'Tis blowing a gale. You can probably hear it. You don't want to be outside. Not tonight. Anyhow, we'll do the giveaway in a bit because it's the 1st of November today, Armistice month. So I'll talk to you about something first. Hang on a second. I'll show you what I've been working on. Excuse me. Oh, not an easy build at all. I can tell you for sure. How they expect the average person to build that, I don't know. You know, for the average person that just sees that and says, hey, I'd like to have a go at that. I don't know how they think they're going to do it. And for the younger person, or person with not much modeling experience, I don't know how they think they're going to complete that model, or what Miniart we're sort of thinking about. It's taken me a bit of doing, I tell you, which I will allude to in a second, as soon as I swallow this tablet. Now this is Miniart's, one of Miniart's offerings from 2023, so it's this year's kit. Now you look at the picture on the box, you think, oh, that's going to be a really nice kit, and I'm sure there'll be quite nice figures when they're done. But I don't know what their sort of thinking was behind it, which I will allude to. First off, I will say details on these figures. Now, having got them out the packet and really looked at them, really gone into this kit, the details on the figures are quite soft, you know, and in one or two places, oh excuse me, Kipper's Revenge, in one or two places detailing is almost non-existent, like the straps going over and down the back of the shoulder. They was almost like non-existent. I had to cut them back in with a line inscriber. I mean, actually, I've been round, as I'll show you in a minute, I've been round a lot of the details with the line inscriber, because they're really quite soft, really not very sharp at all. So that's the sort of first issue. The second issue is the bits are not that great a fit, to be honest. It involved quite a bit of filling, which was disappointing. Well, there's nothing that can be done, but it's disappointing. So that's something else. The guy with the box on his shoulder, or it's not a box, it's a milk crate, to which it comes with milk bottles as well. That's a nice touch. Comes with the milk bottles. That's a nice touch. I like that. These churns, they're all molded as one piece. That's a nice touch. So you're not putting two halves together and you're getting a seam line down the side. So that was a nice touch. I like that. One or two of the churns, in fact 3 out of the 4 churns, you've got a scratch build parts for. So you can see just there, see the little icon there, that little starry icon, that means to scratch build. So 3 out of the 4 churns you've got to scratch build the handles for. What I've done with that guy, it's all back to front when you're looking at the screen, it's all back to front. That guy is to keep the crate on his shoulder. What I thought I would do, rather clever on my part, I thought, I'd put a pin in his shoulder sticking out, super glued in. That goes through the bottom of the crate, sticks up inside the crate, and then what I'll do is I'll take one of the milk bottles, drill it out, push it down over the pin so you won't see it, and I'll super glue it so you won't see it, and that crate will stay there for sure. Because I was of the opinion, I was thinking, well, if you possibly use this figure in like a gaming context, you could see that crate getting knocked off. But if you pin it, put the milk bottle down over the pin, you won't see it, and that's not going to come off. I'll also put a bit of glue in the hand as well, just on the corner of the box there. I'll just put a bit of glue there as well, so that case is not going to come off. What I'll do is I'll paint the two separately, the figure and the box separately, then fit it, put the milk bottle in. That figure is not really a problem. The problem is, oh, it's got, excuse me, Dave. And for my next impression, no. The problem comes with that guy, and principally with the milk churns, because the handles that come to go on the churns are not very very delicate, very flimsy. But the real problem comes with the hands on that guy, because the hands on that guy are solid. So the only way you can achieve or get those handles in the hands is to drill the hands out with a pin drill. Now that's why I say the average person, the young person, or just somebody that buys this off the shelf on the spur of the moment, you're going to have a hell of a job with it. And the thing is also, once you've drilled the hands out, the preformed handles, well, as you can see the shape of the handles, you're never going to feed that through the drilled out hand. The only way you can possibly do it is if you cut the handle in half and put one half in one end and one half in the other and glue them in. But you've also got to remember is you've got to put those handles in the hands before you glue the arms on the figure, particularly the right hand arm. If you put the right hand arm on, glue it on the torso before you've put those handle bits in, the inside piece, you'll have a hell of a job because the hand's quite close to the leg, so you'll have a hell of a job to fit it. It's all a bit of a It's much more difficult than it needed to have been. Why couldn't they just left a little wee gap in the hand where you could fit the handle down in? It would still would have looked all right. It would still looked all right, and you could just push that handle down in, but they've closed it right up solid. So I don't know. The only other thing you could do is, if you do, I'll show you in a minute, do what I've done. I didn't think those handles were robust enough. In fact, one was on the sprue, it was almost broke on the sprue as it was. And it was just, I don't like these. So what you can do is you can take appropriate gauge wire, the same thickness as the handles, and form your own handles. What I did was, I formed one end of the handle to shape, fed it through the hand, and then formed the other end, shaped it. I've done it that way, and then I glued the arms on with the handles in the hands. That's the way around it I did. And then I found, another thing I found was the holes on the churns, where the handles fit in the churns, they weren't big enough either. Even for the original handles, they weren't big enough. So you had to drill them out as well. So I think leaves a lot to be desired, and that's why I say to you, I don't believe the average person will do that very well. Will be able to do that. It's okay for us model makers and kit bashers. We have a bench full of tools. We can tackle all these little problems. Drilling the things out and making the new handles and all this business. But for the average person, I think they'll really struggle with this kit. It's leaves a lot to be desired, this kit. But I'll show you what I've done. Camera permitting. I'll tell you something. Our 28mm British Infantry for the Zulu campaign, Perez and Warlords, we do the unit of them. They're all 2 coats of primer. I was saying on my Saturday thing that I do, I didn't know whether to give them 1 coat or 2 coats. In the end, I relented and gave them 2 coats. So they're ready to go for some colour now. Right, let's change this focus on this camera, mate. So you'll see me jump out of focus in a second. Or you should do anyway. Right, autofocus. That's our 28mm figure. Let's just put that around in a minute. And there's our 28mm figure, or one of them. So they're all 28 or 24 are ready to go now. Right, so here's our first milkman. If I can get him to focus. Come on. Come on. Come on, you know you want to do it. There you go. There you are. You see the pin in the shoulder. I'll cut that shorter when we're ready. And you can see where I've been scribing around the detail to get that to look a bit more like it. And also a lot of filler, like round the waist, where the hat goes onto the head, around the shoulders. But that's the easy one of the two. That's the easy one of the two. Here's the one I've done with the, you'll see the handles that I put on the So you see the right arm, you see if you glue that arm on first, the difficulty you would have pushing your half of handle if you've used the original and cut it in half. You see how difficult that would be to wangle that in because it's so, the hand is so close to the leg. And even if you used, like I've done, use a wire handle, you would still have difficulty feeding that through the hand. So if you're going to attempt this kit, put the handles in the hands before you glue the arm to the torso. That's what I would recommend. Right, put this back to manual focus a minute. There you go. As if by magic the shopkeeper appeared. There you go. So that's the Miniart milkmen. I'm sure they'll look okay when they're done, just much more difficult than they need to be. Just a little bit of thought on Miniart's part, just a little bit of gap like that, perhaps in some way, like that. You could feed that handle down in, and it would save all this drilling and faffing about, and it's just such a palaver to do it, you know. There you go, there you go. Mine is not the question, just a reason why. But I am looking forward to painting them. I think they'll look quite reasonable when they're done. There you go, there you go. But on with the giveaway. As I saying, it's Armistice Month, Remembrance Month, the 11th month, November already. I thought I'd give away something to do with the armistice, something a bit appropriate this month. So I looked online. I think, to be honest with you, I think this is probably the best giveaway I've done. What I bought looked good online, I have to say. Now it's got here today actually. Now it's got here, I'm even more impressed with it. Now I see it. I'll be getting one for myself. Well, I've actually got one for myself, but slightly different to what one of you is going to be getting. I'll show you what I got. Can you see that? I'll take him out the bag. This is quite... I am mega impressed with this. This is a 1 in 16 scale, 3D printed resin, First World War British infantryman. Look at that. That is just amazing beyond belief. Let me get the focus in on this. Look at that. He's even got a fag in between his fingers. He does have two little bits in his mouth, as you can see, make him look like Count Dracula. So you need to clean that out. There's a few little bits on it that you need to clean off from the supports from where it was made. Let me just turn him around a minute. There you can see the back. Isn't that something? That is just... I can't get over how good that is. Gotta be the way to go, isn't it? 3D printed. That is just fantastic. The only gripe I have, if I have a gripe, excuse me, let me focus this again a minute. The only gripe I have, if I have any gripe at all, and it's not really a gripe, it's just me, that holster with a pistol on it is a little bit flat for me. What I would do is I would tend to build that up slightly with some green stuff or something. The same with the handle on the pistol, just build it up slightly so it's coming out a bit more. But other than that, that is fantastic. That is just, I can't believe how good that is. I sit there looking at it, just total amazement, total amazement. And what I bought for me was, where's the bag here a minute? I thought, I saw some First World War German infantrymen as well, which I'm going to be getting, but I didn't think it was appropriate for Armistice Day to buy a German figure. But what I bought for me was, I'm going to be getting one of these for me. What I bought for me was, I get him out the bag. Look at this. Look at this. Shut up. Isn't that wonderful? That is just something and a half, that is. Oh, excuse me. God, I'm fighting something terrible tonight. Excuse me. Isn't that wonderful? Let's get him a close up a bit. Fantastic. I can hardly wait to get my paintbrush on this. Yeah, same with this figure. I think that pistol holster with the pistol there, it's just a little tiny weeny bit flat for my liking. So I'm going to address that when I do this figure. But isn't that just wonderful? That is just lovely. I'm going to be going all out to give out the best job that I can do on that. There you go, that's not bad. Fantastic. I've never seen anything like it. I saw one German infantryman and he had the full gas mask on. And that was just, you can see that painted up well. Just fantastic, fantastic. So, if you want to get in there, if you want to win that fella, just put Poppy, Poppy, just put Poppy in your comment and we'll make the draw 11 o'clock on the 11th. How's that? That's appropriate, isn't it? We'll do it on Armistice Day, 11 o'clock on the 11th. Come God's truth. Excuse me. Don't know what it is. Must be the kippers. That's all I can think of. Yeah, that'll be on a Saturday. Sorry, I've got a fit of the giggles. Oh dear. That'll be on 11. That'll be on Saturday at 11 o'clock. That'll be in one of my live casts. Oh dear, where's my tea? So we'll stop in the live cast and we'll do that at 11 o'clock on the 11th. And somebody's going to win a beautiful figure. They are really, really nice. They did, oh, I saw half a dozen or more of those 1/16 scale World War I figures. You can imagine one of them figures on a round base with one of those little glass domes over it, all done up really well. Fantastic. I never seen it. I marvel at it now. 3D printing. I mean, to even get the fag in his fingers, the partially smoked fag in his fingers, it's like, wow. So if you want to go for that, Poppy, Poppy, just put that in the comment below, and we'll do the draw 11th through the 11th. That's me done. Look, I've been here 27 minutes now. I'm gonna finish the tea. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. What I should have said right at the start of this video, and I didn't, because thanks to everybody that's subscribed recently, because I'm now at 400 subscribers. Can't believe I got 400. That's fantastic. Let's push on. See if we can keep the clock rolling. Usual things apply. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe, click the bell notification. You won't miss anything. Plenty of stuff to come. All sorts of kits here and figures and stuff. We'll get on with the Miniart. What's tomorrow? Thursday. Yeah, we'll get on. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get on with those Miniart figures. As awkward as they are, we'll get them a bit further down the road. And then we'll get some paint on them British infantry for Rourke's Drift. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. 28 minutes. See you on the next one. If I can turn it off.